All right, welcome back to another episode of Weird Fruit Wednesday. Today we are going to be talking all about the wax apple. This is a fruit that is not common in America at all. You will not be able to find this in any mainstream grocery stores, and you will probably still have a hard time finding it in international grocery stores like Asian markets. We actually found this in the Asian market yesterday, which was shocking. I have been looking for this fruit for a very long time in a grocery store, and I have yet to find it. We saw it and we had to buy it, obviously. We spent, I think, about $8 for 5 of them, so pretty reasonably priced. I have actually had the wax apple one time before. Well, I had it one time, but I had a lot of them that one time, and that was when we took a trip to South Florida and we went to the Fruit and Spice Park in Homestead. If you are ever in South Florida and you're into trying exotic fruits, I highly recommend going to the Fruit and Spice Park. It is truly an amazing experience. It's like 30 acres of every fruit tree you can imagine. It's incredible. We've gone 3 times, I think, and we will definitely go many, many more times in our life. When we went to the Fruit and Spice Park, the wax apple was in season, and it was one of the most shocking things I've ever seen because there were a couple wax apple trees and there were hundreds, if not thousands of them, ripe on the trees, on the ground, rotting because there was such an abundance of them. It was incredible. Kind of shocked that wax apple isn't a more common fruit considering how abundant the trees are, but hey. So the wax apple is native to Indonesia. It is very common there, I believe. I've never been, but that's what I read on the internet. It is not related to apples, even though it is a wax apple. It is actually in the myrtle family, so I don't really know what other fruits are in that family, but I think it's a very unique fruit that kind of just goes in its own category. So the wax apple is a very unique texture. As you can see, it's very shiny, and it gets the name wax apple because it has a very waxy texture. However, the texture is not like a thick wax that you could scrape. It is only waxy on the outside, and the inside is exceptionally juicy. It is the juiciest fruit I have ever had in my life. So the wax apples can actually be green, red, purple, and even a dark purple that looks black, which is insane. I have only ever tried the green and the red, and they both tasted the same, so I can't say for the other one. All right, so let's cut into it. All right, so as you can see, there are 2 seeds. Usually there's 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 seeds in the inside. And it also has this fluffy, airy-like texture on the core. And then on the outer bits, it is juicy. It's kind of like the texture of a watermelon and a celery. If you took out all the stringy bits of a celery and combined those two, I would say that was the texture. The flavor is not super strong. I would say I personally think it tastes a lot like celery with some floral notes. So let's take a bite. It is so satisfying. It is so juicy. And again, very celery-like, very floral, no stringy bits. The texture is crunchy, but also airy and fluffy, if that makes any sense. It is so good. It is so refreshing. You can try to plant these and grow it. You know I will be doing that, and maybe you'll get a wax apple. So this is the wax apple. I give it a 7 out of 10. I think the texture really is what stands out, and the juiciness. I don't think the flavor is incredible, but I definitely like eating it. I would gladly, if I had a wax apple tree or access to wax apples at the grocery store, I would pick them up often, and I highly recommend you give this a try. So check out your local Asian market. They might surprise you and have wax apples, or take a trip to the Fruit and Spice Park. All right, so that is wax apple. If you've ever had this fruit before, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe so you can stick around for all the Weird Fruit Wednesdays to come, and I will see you guys next time.